Esteva, I like him, Esteva, I like him, That was the sound that was ringing through our Stamford Bridge. Come the end of the game against Barcelona, Chelsea demolished Barcelona authoritatively 3-0, 3 good 0. I think Barcelona, they have played a total of, I think, 50 something games. They have gone on to score in every of those matches that they played. But against Chelsea, the case was different. They lost 3-0 without scoring. In fact, the Chelsea goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez, was a spectator almost the entirety of the 90 minutes. He was a spectator, except for maybe that miss that Femi Lopez missed. I think at this point, the only Lopez that I know is Jennifer Lopez. Yeah, that's the only Lopez that I can think of. Femi who? No. The only Lopez that I know is Jennifer. So, our wonder kid, the Brazilian wonder kid, Estevão William, he shined against Barcelona under the light at Stamford Bridge. He scored a world-class beauty. In fact, as for me, this kid is definitely a potential Ballon d'Or winner. Take it from me, that's just the truth. And everybody can see this. It is as bright as day. It is as bright as day. You can see clearly that this guy, he is a wonderful winger. And he's going to be very, very important and good for Chelsea come the seasons to come. And I'm very, very glad that he plays for Chelsea. Had it been, every other team, they have their own. And this time around, we also have our own wonder kid. And his counterpart, Lamine who? I think this should be what Cucurella should be. This is what he should be saying by now. Lamine who? If everybody's asking, Lamine who? He couldn't affect the game at all. Lamine Yamal, he could not. He was in Cucurella's pocket. In fact, almost the entirety of the 90 minutes, he was in Cucurella's pocket. And then for those of you that has been questioning, the world-class status of Cucurella, I think this ends the debate. Anybody that is still debating that Cucurella, you are still contemplating if Cucurella is a world-class defender, I think you are diabolical. To be sincere, you are a very wicked person. For you to, after this, do you know what? Cucurella, Lamine Yamal, he was the Ballon d'Or finalist. In fact, he could have won that Ballon d'Or that Dembele won. Had it been the fortune was good for Barcelona in the Champions League. Had it been Barcelona went to the finals of the Champions League, or maybe they won the Champions League, I believe Lamine Yamal, he would have been the world best player. No doubt about that. And he made the finalist. For Cucurella to play against this player and win man of the match against an opponent as Lamine Yamal, that just the debate is over. He's the best left back in the world. Just the debate. He's a world class defender. He's a world class left back. If he's not the best in that position, at least he's a world class defender. Take it. That is what it is. No debate. You can see it's as clear as day. You can see by yourself. So no, those people that are still doubting Cucurella, man, you are just an evil person. That's just what it is. He pocketed Lamine Yamal throughout the game. And I must give this to Enzo Maresca. Kudos to him. Because, throughout when that last season, when the season was starting, when Chelsea fans, when we saw that we were drawn against Barcelona, we were all saying, when we catch this high line of Barcelona, and indeed we caught the high line. We cut the high line and we dismantle that high line. We are world champions. We are world champions for a reason. Yeah, it's not a fluke. Chelsea, they are world champions. And you know what? We always love this underdog story. Whenever you think, yeah, Chelsea, they are the underdogs, they are not going to do anything, they are going to be this. We'll always shock you. Yeah, we will always shock you. Anytime that you think that Chelsea will be disgraced, that is when your own disgrace will come. That's when Chelsea will disgrace you. And this is our team and the manager. I must give this to Enzo Maresca. I think he does well in big games. Apart from that Bayern Munich coach, as of now, it's only Vincent Kompany is the only manager that have been able to, dismantle this midfield of Moises Caicedo and Reece James. Let me just say that most of Chelsea players, Moises Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, they've had the entirety of the team, apart from Chalobah and Reece James, that have Champions League experience. The rest, I don't think they have played the Champions League. So that was their first Champions League match. So a little bit of anxiety for Chelsea. And they also played away at the Allianz Arena. That's also played in two parts. But let me not take anything away from Vincent Kompany and Bayern Munich. They did beat Chelsea thorough. It was a lesson for Chelsea and a lesson well learned for Enzo Maresca. This time around, what did he do? He deployed. I was shocked to see that he didn't start any out and out like a striker. He didn't start anyone, João Pedro or Delap. He didn't start any of them. He chose three willing runners in the person of Estevão William, the Wonder Kid, and Garnacho, and also the speed monster himself, Pedro Neto. In fact, there was a game, I think it was a Jules Koundé or who. He took, when Pedro Neto in the second half, he took him like on a marathon. And they should just thank their goalkeeper that he saved that ball because it was wonderful. It was a masterclass from Enzo Maresca. It was a masterclass. You couldn't believe that Enzo Maresca is the rookie and the Hansen Flick is actually the veteran in that game because the game was won in the midfield, to be sincere. Moises Caicedo, you might say that he had a casual game. Why was the reason that it feels as if Moises Caicedo had a casual game? It was just simply because of the what he saw in the midfield. They are not of his caliber. Who? Fermin Lopez, Eric Garcia, and they were saying Frankie the who, man, Frankie the who. Backup players, they were awful. Imagine the captain of the team collecting a red card. The first yellow card for dissent. You know, it was very stupid from him. He collected a yellow card, the second yellow card, and the match was done and dusted at that moment. If you're watching that game, you know that the game has ended already. Immediately, Araujo was sent off. And a lot of people, they might give the excuse that Chelsea, it was a 10-man. When they were 11v11, what's 2 goals were already disallowed for Chelsea. One was unfortunately a handball, and the other one was an offside, rightly so. Chelsea has scored 3 goals already in the first half, even before they went 1 man down. So that is to tell you, Chelsea scored a total of 6 goals in this match. 3 were waved off. So that is to tell you the amount of dominance. Physically, we bullied Barcelona. We intimidated Barcelona, especially in the midfield. Rhys James and Moises Caicedo, they at like Frankie de Jong. Who is Frankie de Jong, for crying out loud? Who are they? Who? You might say Pedro. Yeah, there's no Pedro, there's no Copama. So what is your excuse? What is your excuse? In fact, I must say that Chelsea will always have the number of Barcelona. That's just the truth. We always have their number. And I must commend Enzo Fernandez, especially in the first half. It was like a Toni Kroos display. Yes, that is who I will use to to compare him. The kind, and in the recent games now, Enzo Fernandez, he has been really, really good for Chelsea. It was a good one from Chelsea, and our wonder kid Estevão William. They have been saying Balde, compare Balde to Cucurella. Whenever you talk about Cucurella being a world class, they talk about Balde. Who? Balde was an escort to Estevão William. He and Kobasi, they were escorts, spectators. They were spectating Estevão William when he scored a wonderful second goal, and it was a total masterclass from Chelsea. Complete demolition and destruction of FC Barcelona, as we always do.